performance of our lives at the end of the week. What we need to be worried about is Jill. There won't be a show if she doesn't rehearse.
What you just saw was a quick snippet of the hit series Queens on ABC. Joining us today is Kai, who portrayed young Brianna. So you were on the hit series Queens on ABC. What is it like playing Eve's character, young Brianna?
Honestly, it was very heartwarming and it felt good to me because usually on set, when you're playing like the young version of somebody, they will always say, oh, young Brianna, or like your character. But on Queen set specifically, they will always say young Eve, which really made me feel good.
I love that. I'm sure that ring of like, oh, young Eve, yes, that is me. Did any of the stars like Brandy or Ture give you advice, or your other young co-stars some advice?
Yes, personally for me, I love to sit and watch people and just observe how people walk around, how people really just handle themselves. So when I would see people like Brandy walking around set, I would just sit there and watch, see how she walks, see how she holds her head up, stuff like that. And when I did actually get to physically meet her and talk to her, my grandma was right beside me because sometimes she takes me to set and she was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. When I was little, when I was like your age, my grandma used to take me to set. So yeah, they're really nice people. Unfortunately, Eve wasn't on set when I was there, but I heard that she was very, very nice.
Oh, that's cool that you're able to connect and relate with them and be like, wow, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
So when you're working with your young queens, did you have a natural chemistry when you guys were performing together?
Yes, definitely. First, I remember I met Olivia first. So we both had to do school, of course. So we met, we came in, and we were just talking during school, and it was like we automatically clicked. And the first time we met Teshi was when we were at dance practice, and then we came in, and we had to practice the dance like we were best friends and all this stuff, and it was perfect. It was like we could do that automatically.
From your perspective, what was the best part of your character being a part of an all-female rap group?
Honestly, it was empowering for me just to see everybody over here working, being professional, stuff like that. But the best part for me of that whole thing was my room. I loved that room. After I came home from set, I actually made a whole list. It was my Christmas list for a good part of time, with just a bunch of posters and a bunch of stuff I saw in that room was my whole Christmas list. I loved it so much.
So I have one last question for you, maybe two more questions. What verse that you rapped was your favorite verse from your performance?
I would probably say the second verse in the bedroom scene. That one, like I couldn't stop singing that one. Even when I was at home doing homework, I would just be rapping it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience on the set, anything you learned from it, or just what we can expect maybe in an upcoming season?
I'm constantly auditioning and stuff like that. You can find me on any platform at the Kai Ture. That's the Kaiture. Yeah, honestly, it was pretty fun. It was a really good experience to me, and I'm happy I learned how to rap. That's just another thing that I could,
Another thing on the list.
or another thing I could say how to do. It was a really good learning experience.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your experience and sharing, how it felt to be in an all-female rap group. I'm so excited I got to talk to you and learn more about your journey. So thank you again.